What's good, Hoop Queens? Welcome back with another breakdown for y'all. Now listen up because we're diving deep into one of the most drastic roster overhauls in recent WNBA history, the 2024 Indiana Fever. This was supposed to be the team that brought everyone into the league, but guess what? That team is gone. Let me explain. The 2023 Indiana Fever was arguably one of the most hyped teams in WNBA history when it came to fandom. Fans were buzzing, social media was on fire, and people were genuinely excited about this squad. But fast forward to 2024 and, well, let's just say things look very different. Take a look at the opening night roster from last season. First off, Damiris Dantes wasn't even there because she was injured. So they had 13 players instead of 12. And now, out of those 12 players who actually suited up on opening night, only 4 remain. Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull. That's it. Everyone else, gone. Let's break it down. Celeste Taylor, remember her? She's now playing big minutes for the Phoenix Mercury. Bye, Celeste. Grace Berger. Cut after showing promise. I still don't like this move. I think Grace has more potential than Sydney Colson. Katie Lou Samuelson, replaced by Sophie Cunningham, who's clearly an upgrade. Nalissa Smith, swapped out for Natasha Howard. No contest here. Howard elevates the roster significantly. Erica Wheeler, a fan favorite, but her pace didn't mesh with Caitlin Clark. Tough decision, but understandable. Christy Wallace. Sat out the 2025 season, and honestly, replacing her with DeWanna Bonner feels like a step up. The Fever essentially gutted the entire roster, and while some moves make sense, others leave me scratching my head. So, how does this new team stack up? Let's compare position by position. Kelsey Mitchell. Still Kelsey Mitchell. Nothing changes here. She's a star. Natasha Howard versus Nalissa Smith. Howard is leaps and bounds better. Sophie Cunningham versus Katie Lou Samuelson. Another clear upgrade. Lexi Hull. Still around, but she's not exactly the same player anymore. Jalen Brown. Likely won't make the final roster. Sydney Colson versus Grace Berger. As mentioned earlier, I prefer Grace Berger, but time will tell. Now here's where it gets wild. The Fever aren't alone in this massive roster overhaul. Look at other teams. Phoenix Mercury. Only 2 players remain from their opening night roster last year. Connecticut Sun. Shockingly, they also have just 1 player left from their day 1 lineup. Indiana Fever, 4 players remaining, but considering Dantes' injury, effectively 3. This level of turnover is insane. We're talking about teams being completely rebuilt within a single offseason. It's chaotic, but also kind of exciting. If you're into rebuilds, that is. The Fever team that brought so many fans into the WNBA no longer exists. Was that a good thing or a bad thing? Honestly, it depends. On paper, this new roster looks stronger. Swapping out Nalissa Smith for Natasha Howard, Katie Lou Samuelson for Sophie Cunningham, and Christy Wallace for DeWanna Bonner. All solid upgrades. But the old team struggled to gel together. They had talent, sure, but they never quite figured out how to play as a cohesive unit. Still, it's bittersweet. That team sparked excitement, introduced new fans to the league, and created moments worth remembering. Now they're gone, replaced by a completely fresh group. Is this the start of something great, or just another chapter in Indiana's ongoing rebuild? That's my take on the Fever's dramatic roster overhaul. What do you guys think? Are you excited about the new team, or do you miss the old one? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button, subscribe if you like what I bring to the table, and keep those bells on, because I'm going to bring you all the latest updates every single time. Until next time, peace out.